we're using companies that are all growing at a slower rate. And if that rate of growth in the last 5 years are indicative of the future years, then that might justify a little higher price than what would be implied by the other companies. So I think that's a great observation that I hadn't even picked up before.
Hey, Ben.
The Cleveland Cliffs one is definitely you'd throw out if we hadn't already. I mean, it's negative growth.
All these people get
That seems like a pretty significant outlier. And also U.S. Steel with zero growth. But so that basically is already taken care of because we had we knocked out the negative earnings per share companies. I personally didn't really think there's anything from the growth that was going to make me want to throw out any of these. Let's talk about another one. What might be another factor, and I'll give you a little hint by the table I have here. Maybe I should stop scrolling up and down and let you look at it for a little longer. You're looking at the information I've collected on these companies. What other thing do you think could really be different among companies that are in the same industry?
The debt to equity ratio.
All right, so the debt to equity ratio. All right, so what does the debt to equity ratio capture? Like, what do you think what do you think a higher debt to equity ratio would mean about a company?
My guess is that like for every like dollar, like if we use like U.S. Steel, like for every dollar that would be like.
Sorry, the audio is breaking up a bit, so I didn't catch the rest. Have you said for every dollar?
Okay. Okay. All right. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I was thinking that like let's say we use U.S. Steel, that for every dollar that is invested, 94% that like how does that work?
Yes. So that means that for every $1 of equity that's in U.S. Steel, they've borrowed 94 cents. So you've taken $1 of your investment and turned that into $1.94 in assets. So that's called more leverage. So you're leveraging your equity to get a bigger company, and then when you make a profit off of your assets, remember it's equity that gets all the profit after you pay the fixed payments to your creditors.
They'll do them right here.
So that's really good when times are good, right? Because you still owe the same amount regardless of how prosperous the company is. But if the company's not prosperous and don't have high profits, they still have to make those same debt payments, which leaves it might not leave anything left over for the shareholders. In fact, I wonder if the high debt to equity ratio of U.S. Steel is an explanation why they have a negative earnings per share, while Nucor, which is of similar size, has positive earnings per share. Possibly you see this really big difference in in their usage of debt. So more debt means more risk. It's called financial risk.
Oh,
all right. So financial risk.
Hey, when is it going to come out the nursery?
Which I'm using the debt to equity ratio to measure. It's an important consideration because if a company is more risky, all else equal, will the market pay more or less for that company's stock?
Make sure that
everything's okay.
Less, right? So it makes sense that the PE ratio would be less the more financial risk the company has. Now, I'm hesitant to bring up beta because I know that we have a full range of students here from freshman to senior. So for the ones who have taken the finance courses, the beta will make more sense to you. So I leave it there, but that's going to be more for the intermediate to advanced. But that debt to equity ratio will affect the company's beta. All right, so the more debt the company has, the more they've exposed themselves to systematic risk. And so you could have two companies doing the exact same thing. One happens to take on more debt. They're going to expose their shareholders to more risk, and therefore it would not be justifiable for the market to pay as high of a price for a dollar of earnings to that company. Right. So the debt to equity ratio would be something we'd want to look at. So we see here 0.3, 0.19, 0.35, 0.03. So Gibraltar Corp is basically all equity financed, no debt. And then Steel Dynamics, the company we're trying to value, has 0.3 debt to equity ratio.
Hey, Dad.
Anything there you want to eliminate?
Look how small he is.
Well, the babies are the easy part.
That's
After
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Dad,
They
Hey,
just
Dad.
don't stay babies.
Hey, Dad.
You don't-
Dad,
anyone
look
wanna
back
eliminate
there,
Gibraltar?
look back there.
That's
That's
what I was
the
thinking.
nursery.
Right? It's
Back
basically
there's
all
the
equity.
nursery.
I mean, that's a good portion of debt there. 30% of every dollar of equity is with
He's
debt.
gonna take his temperature away.
And so and also when you look at that PE ratio 45/76, if we did include
He's
it,
got a
that's
face
going
the
to
shape of wheel.
be very influential
When people-
if you took an average. So this is going to be my judgment call to knock it out. Now, let me just mention as we're over halfway through here, I'm making judgment calls throughout here. That's my personal judgment calls. I am kind of guiding you towards my judgments. You could have different judgments, and that's going to be the value you're going to be adding as an analyst. And you would just have to argue why you are making these judgment calls.
Oh, did you?
All right, so
I'm not looking.
for the sake of
They are in a few minutes.
my
They will in a few minutes, but she's
the rest of the
not going to
presentation,
right now.
we're going to go with these three companies now as our comparable companies that we can feel pretty, we're feeling good about as comparable to Steel Dynamics. All right. Now, what do we do with that? We have three numbers. We have three PE ratios now, right? We have 2801, 2579, and 1366.
She's already given it.
So three numbers, we need to have a single valuation. What do you do with them? How can we combine them?
She's not awake yet, real good. You get to another okay?
Having a baby really tires you out when mom needs to sleep.
Take the average, maybe?
Okay, an average would be
You see?
right, would be one option.
Her finger.
Beats biting.
See? See? That's what Will said he could buy his.
Would be another way,
Okay. Now they.
another statistic.
Now she's gonna stick his heel.
Median would be reasonable, right? Also.
She
Now,
can
I'd say
stick
that it's probably more common to combine numbers in with as an average. But when we deal with PEs and I think multiples in general,
Oh, it's over.
median
She's already stuck.
would be my preferred statistic to use. And the reason is that a median is much less affected by outliers.
She put a Band-Aid on it. She put a Band-Aid on
In
it.
the, if we look back on the three ratios here, they're not that far apart. If we did include Gibraltar, if we took the average, that I think would be a very influential outlier. If we took the median, though, we would have taken the, it would be four companies, we'd be taking the average between Reliance and Nucor, which would be in the, like 27, 26.5 or something. So it would be it wouldn't be influenced by that very high maximum number. So I think medians work out much better when we're doing multiples valuation. So we're going to use medians. Averages are good too. Again, I'm just telling you what my judgments are, and I want you to realize the reasons why you would pick one over the other. All right, so does that mean? Well, let's calculate what that would be.
What's that one over there?
So if we took all of those,
This one up here with that woman.
See you later.
That's his.
Grandpa again.
My
Grandpa again.
boy.
we would take, first of all, what's the median? Why don't you tell me? What's the median of those three numbers?
Be careful, kids. See you later.
You don't need a calculator?
25.79.
25.79. All right, so this means, let's just write
Born a girl.
our conclusion that the value of Steel Dynamics
We hope. I think it's
25.79 times
So she can advocate.
the earnings per share was $2.59, giving us a value of, I'm going to ask you this time to tell me, to calculate it, put it in the and put it in the chat.
66.80.
All right, $66.80. All right, so given that the stock price is $47.48, we've basically every single time so far have seen that the price is higher. What would you conclude?
Buy.
Still a buy, right? I mean, we've been checking to see if the conclusion so far would be changed by trying to refine the companies that we're using as comparables. All right, well, that leads me to the next objective, which is why might we need to adjust earnings? And so to motivate it, I'm going to show you the fourth quarter press release by Steel Dynamics on their earnings. Now, this is what a typical press release would look like on the earnings. Now, you can find it by going to a company's website and search on the site for a section called Investors or Investor Relations. A lot of times they'll put an IR in front of it in the URL. Sometimes you can just guess the address. Sometimes, like you put investors or ir.thecompanyname.com, you might happen to land on it without even having to search. Now, notice that it starts out with the fourth quarter. It reports fourth quarter and the annual because it is the fourth quarter, and so the fourth quarter earnings per share was 89 cents. And then it says, excluding the impact of the following items, the company's fourth quarter adjusted net income was 97 cents per share. And then later on, they say what it would be for the whole year. So what does it mean by adjusted? Why would there be an adjustment? Well, look at the things that they're using to adjust it. Additional financing costs related to refinancing activities. We have a cost associated with the construction of the company's a mill, a non-cash impairment charge, and we see also an adjustment because of a tax benefit. What do these different things have in common?
They're all one-time things.
Excellent. Good. Thank you, Vernon. They're all one-time, so they're probably not going to happen again. And the reason why this matters is that, remember, when you buy a share in a company, you're buying a claim on future earnings, not what the earnings were. The only reason why we look at past earnings is that it is something we can measure, and the past is an indication of the future. But if there's things about the past that we know already are not indicative of the future, let's take that out. Now, if we just use the company's guidance about what they think is one time, we're going to be using the perspective they want us to have. So it's important to realize they want to give as positive a spin as possible on their companies. And notice that most of those things they're taking out were costs. Not surprisingly, if you calculate, and I went through all of the press releases for these companies, took what they said was their adjusted earnings. Notice that in every case, adjusted earnings were greater than what was reported as earnings per share, which they have to report because that's part of generally accepted accounting principles. But in the press release, they're allowed to give what's called a non-GAAP or non-generally accepted accounting principles number, and they give they can give their spin about their numbers. But they're almost never, I don't think they're ever going to say, oh, well, the adjusted earnings is actually lower than what it looks like. One thing that I found interesting with Nucor if you go to Nucor's press release, one thing for you to recognize now that we're looking at a second one, that there's no standard formatting for them. You know, it looks different. I noticed that Nucor didn't actually sum it up for you. And if you look at Nucor, they have they call it non-operational items. Another thing to point out is that they call them different things.
Touch him real lightly, cause he's
But
still tender.
what you're looking for are the things that are one time. Okay. And they're all it's all been separated out into different items. And I thought, I wonder why they're not just saying this is our adjusted earnings per share. So I added them up, at least for the fourth quarter, and there was a lot of a tax benefit. And there was also there's also something positive. They're able to, they're also able to claim certain tax deductions. So basically that that actually would reduce to their, to their adjusted earnings per share. So if you actually add up all those items, it would make their earnings per share 4 cents less than their official earnings per share. So I thought, I wonder, that's probably why they like to divide it up. But I did find out that Nucor did do that consistently across all quarters. On net, their adjusted earnings per share were indeed higher as well, though actually by a whole dollar. So I went through that same exercise we just did, just with this time with adjusted earnings per share. You can compare what the original was to adjusted, just retyped the share price. We have a new average earnings per share of 1682, which is a little less now because we have a higher denominator. And let me just tell you what that turns out to be, because we are out of interest of time. So that we get a new value of,
I can't get over how his little old ears are just exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
He's looking at you, Reed.
first of all, we're going to do the median. I'm sorry, I think I'm speaking too fast there. So this is the median. This is just interesting.
What happened to me today?
We're not going to use, you don't ever use the PE ratio of the company you're actually trying to value.
Yeah.
But we're going to use that 18.93 times the adjusted earnings per share of 2.84 to give us a price of $49.04. All right, so so far we've gotten valuations that have been coming down over time to like the about $60. Remember that Steel Dynamics is selling for $47.48. Now we have a value of $49.04 when we make these adjustments. And granted, these are the adjustments that the companies themselves are making. So the analyst really should be evaluating all of those and maybe try to dig for things that you think are one time that maybe they're not saying is one time. Or maybe you disagree with what they're saying is one time. Oh, thank you, Rudy. I bet you're right. Can you confirm that? Yes, 53.76. So sometimes I put an error in there to check you to see if you're paying attention. Thank you. All right, so but still, it's still the same story though, right?
I'm still seeing good.
But notice that if you're going to adjust Steel Dynamics, you have to adjust all of them.
You uncovered his face.
All right. Another adjustment that we might want to make is for the business cycle. So I have diagrammed here, charted here, the earnings per share of our 4 companies, so Steel Dynamics plus the 3 comparable companies since 2010, with the idea that 2010 was the end of a recession, and then 2020 was the next recession, and so we've gotten a full business cycle here, and we have these earnings per share. I don't know if it's as important when we're doing a comparison as we have been, because all companies are going to be influenced by business cycles. But if you were to, especially if you're going to be trying to compare a valuation relative to a previous year's valuation, you might want to get a cyclically adjusted earnings per share, which would just be an average. So I took an average of all of those years and Um,
Oh my, he just all paping at you. 'Cause
When I
you
do
have
that,
a
we get a median of
forgot my pen.
2601. So you can check my arithmetic again.
Yeah, maybe we change clothes to come here.
And we have
'Cause
Steel
I'm not
Dynamics
done with
average
him
earnings
with
per
the
share
wood.
over that past decade being
I'm not done with
$1.76.
Oh, yeah, they took the thing off, yeah.
Oh, did they?
You wanna see it?
No,
All
I
right,
don't
so why
wanna
don't you
see
tell me, am I
Bill,
right or wrong
oh,
here?
did they cut it?
No, they took
They
the little
took the little
clamp
clamp off.
off.
It didn't look bad.
I
It
have
didn't look
already
bad.
calculated 4573.
See, it's just a little like plastic thing.
And that'll come
That'll
out,
come
too,
off. It won't be
eventually.
long.
I got 45.78,
It's a little long.
but I mean, it's fine, I guess.
All right, 4578.
Oh boy, that is.
I'm wondering if I'd made
I
a,
want you to come
had
home
done it in Excel and then I mistyped to some
No,
digit
but
there when I was
Chevy or
transcribing it to
something.
Word. So
He's
4578.
still admitting on-
Again,
he
just
talks
making
like
sure you're
that.
paying attention. All
He
right,
said
so
it happened when we started.
4578 would be the
It's kinda bad, but I
valuation
think
there.
everything's
So let's
getting better.
summarize all the different numbers we've gotten. And
Bill, let's go.
of course, I have to make some corrections here along the way.
You
I
ready
think
to
we
come
had said
home?
that this one was actually,
You got a hold of him? Is he sliding?
this one was actually
Slide a little
5376. No, no, that was 60. This was 5376. That's right. All right. So here are the different valuations we've calculated so far. We started out with, okay, let's just take the average stock. Then we just did basic materials. Then we did the whole steel industry. And then we were really picky and selected just 3 companies. And then we came up with different ways to get a better measure of earnings. So we did adjusted earnings and then also cyclically adjusted earnings. What's the advantage of, as we go down here about our group of companies?
Mama, when we come back to Nan's house, we're gonna catch 3 lizards. 3 lizards at my Nana's house.
It gets us closer and closer to what
A blue
that
tail
should be.
and a.
Because we're getting
Okay, all right. So that is all right. That is an interesting observation, but I would want to adjust a little bit with what you're saying, in that it's getting closer and closer to what the market price is. But remember, our objective is that we are going to say what the price should be. Okay, so we're taking the perspective of the market can be wrong. All right. Now, but apart from the numbers, if you just cover up what we estimate to be the value in terms of the nature of the groupings as we're going down, what would you just say as we're going down
Picture
the
every
list
day.
here?
Get a daily
Are we
picture
becoming
and see how you're
more
progressing.
specific or more broad?
Hey, he's got one eye open.
Yeah, we're going more
Hi, buddy.
specific.
Hi.
So that's good, right?
Hi,
Can you see a
buddy.
disadvantage as we go more specific?
Where you going?
Hi, he waved, didn't he? His hand went up, he waved.
He did wave, didn't he?
Yeah.
If you need some.
There might be one thing about like a company you're looking at that sets them apart from their competitors.
Yeah. So maybe by getting a smaller and smaller sample, there's probably going to be some idiosyncrasies about individual companies, and if you only have a sample of 3, any one of those idiosyncrasies could really take over.
I believe I got him.
So
right.
you have the disadvantage of a smaller sample,
Yeah.
right? So therefore,
Well, that's why you
I
get in the house.
don't want you to take away from this that you necessarily have to keep narrowing down your group of companies of comparables. It's okay if you want to look at the valuation based on all stocks, because
Did he right there?
you have the largest sample there. So by definition, if you have a large sample, you're knocking out. You hopefully the larger sample is knocking out all the different idiosyncrasies of companies.
He's real tranquil.
So you have to remember that trade-off. Right? It's not necessarily wrong to use the whole steel industry or even basic materials sector, right? But you just need to consider the trade-off. All right. Well,
Tell you
let,
what,
okay, so this is the moment of truth. I'm not going to add any
Rescue.
more wrinkles to this in terms of our valuation. What do you want to conclude about Steel Dynamics? So at the top of your analyst report, you're going to say the value of Steel Dynamics is, and I think that we should
There you go, see?
fill the blank.
Now can I, can we, can,
Undervalued, and that you should buy.
Careful now.
Okay, so the price,
Careful what?
all right, so let's remember the price right now is $47.48 if anyone forgot that number. And Davis, what was your reason for concluding that?
Okay.
I think the valuation we got was either 53 or 66 for Steel Dynamics.
It had a little bit of sand
Yes.
in the land.
So basically you're believing these numbers here. Either one of those was the one that you want to go by.
Baby's away.
And there was only one way of valuing it that brought us a little below that, and that was the cyclically adjusted earnings method. You know, whatever conclusion you make, you have to own that. You know, and I'm not going to tell you whatever conclusion you make you're wrong about. But one thing you need to realize is that when you're making your analyst report, you need to take a stand right at the beginning. You don't want to start off saying, you know, well, on the one hand this, or it depends, or all of that.
Yeah, I can't.
No. You start out very strong and saying, my conclusion is that Steel Dynamics price of $47.48 is appropriate. In that case, we're not going to underweight or overweight that in our portfolio.
Ben is the baby.
That it's underpriced and that the true
Will
value
the big
is,
brother.
and I think I'm
Ben.
estimating this amount, or it's
That's first
overpriced
time
by
he's
this
out.
amount.
Isn't that big?
This is what I think it is
Have
roughly.
one of his own. Ben.
And then you support
Is he
your
really
arguments.
serious?
He's watching me real close.
You can
He sees shadows
then
now.
talk about, you can do your robustness checks and say, you know, these are these are different considerations I made in making this
He's even
conclusion.
very good
But
for
if that's going to be your
starting.
conclusion, you have to defend those
Very
assumptions you
good.
decided to
I'm not
make and all those
guessing,
judgment
but
calls you made along the way. All right.
Hey, you about
You know,
filled
and
up? You about filled
I
up,
think it
big
should give
boy?
us some comfort in that almost all the methods but one here, saying that it's underpriced. I would just add, just because of time, I don't have more time to kind of try to draw this out. I did notice that commercial metals here, notice the pattern, it doesn't seem as correlated. So this is commercial metals, and the blue line is Steel Dynamics. Steel Dynamics pattern in earnings per share over time is very correlated with Nucor and Reliance Steel, but it's not nearly as much with commercial metals. And that is the one that happens to have the lowest,
Yeah, hear the race car?
well, I guess it wasn't the lowest PE, but that was something that I saw towards the end that you might want to go revisit about commercial metals. So
you start sleeping all night.
a few things to close with,
Oh, okay.
just to expand your horizons here. There are other multiples out there. There's price to sales. An advantage of price to sales is that a sales number can never be negative. That allows you to bring in more companies. You don't have that not meaningful problem. Another very popular one that I think is increasing in popularity is called the enterprise value to EBITDA ratio. And that might be a little, maybe something you can appreciate more for the people who are intermediate to advanced. But the enterprise value is essentially the market value of the whole firm, not just the equity, but the whole firm minus the cash holdings. And EBITDA stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. It avoids the problem of differences in usage of debt, and also the EBITDA subtotal is more likely to be positive. And you could come up with your own ratios. There's no end to the amount of multiples you could come up with. So for example, if I were valuing Twitter, I might calculate what's the price per active users of other similar companies like Facebook, and then look at the active users of Twitter and then multiply that by that multiple.
Seems like he sleeps a lot and he's got his eyes open.
All right, I'm sure you're all eager to know about
Shadows now.
sources, where I got all the different things from. So I've already discussed from your library. Please don't
Ben's
ignore the
about,
fact that your
3 weeks
library
old.
has
Just 3
these
weeks
great
old
resources. That's going to give you the advantage that you have this high quality material that's not available publicly. And there's no shame in using Yahoo Finance. That's good for
Get all of him.
getting the current market
See
price
them
and getting
little
some
legs.
key information really
He's getting
fast.
strong, his legs.
Use those
He's
investor
pushing.
relations pages I was telling you about.
And
There's
he's
lots of great
missed his
material in there.
passage.
You can get conference
There
call
it is.
transcripts. You can even email them your questions, but just remember the perspective that they will have. They're always going to give you
Oh,
a
yeah,
positive
this is
spin. Wall Street
beautiful,
Journal,
buddy.
I used ETF data for the
He's
sectors
looking
and
around,
industry PEs.
stretching.
And then most importantly, find your own, because
Really likes
the
his
value
passage.
you're adding is you uncovering something that the rest of the market doesn't know yet. So you
That
have to
won't
take
cover him
the
up 'cause
perspective
there
of a
might be a little
detective, follow the
coon in
clues,
here.
see where they lead, connect the dots, because nobody else has done that yet. All right, well, thank you very much for your attention and your participation. It was great trying to go through this crash course
I'm
on
getting
multiples and how you can use that. And I'll be glad
I've
to,
got it.
let me put my email in there.
His
I'd
little
be glad to
number
follow
looks
up
like
with you
it's
if you
got a-
want to follow up on any of this. I wish there was more time
Oh,
to
is
talk
it?
about it.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for what I thought was a fantastic
It's a big head.
lecture. I think the students really enjoyed that. We really do appreciate you coming. If any student has a question, we will take a question or two just to make sure that we can
Fancy
squeeze
park
those in.
swimming
Does
pool.
anybody have a
Okay.
question for Michael?
Hey,
All right. Well, I will. We have a lot of students that have to jump off to a 5:30 class. So
I appreciate that you all are joining a class 4:30 to 5:30, and I really do appreciate your attention. And it's probably really warm and everything outside too. And we were discussing how beautiful Chattanooga is. So thank you very much. It was a pleasure meeting you all.
it was fantastic. We really appreciate it, and we'll be in touch. Thank you so much, Michael.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
huh? Okay. I didn't eat much lunch. I wasn't hungry. Ow, my... Get them eyes open now.
His little eyes stuck together on this side.
Looks like he's yawning. Hi, Ben. Hi, Ben. Ah. Ah.
He's working. Look at that leg. He got it stretched out.
Uh-huh.
He'll go.
Hi, Ben.
Oh, there he goes. He stretched him out, finally. Oh, look at him.
Oh, he's stretching them now, isn't he?
Oh, he is long.
Hello,
Hey, Ben.
little buddy.
Hey, Ben, you see your granddad? He sees granddad with something.
Yeah. Oh, no.
They just trying to help you get your eyeball open.
Let's see if that did it.
Open. Yeah, see, open your eyeball.
I think I got it.
It's just right there in the very corner.
He doesn't like to have it washed. Yay! Now, Ben, look at your granddad.
There he goes. He got it open. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. Say hello there, granddad. Oh, He's cool, did you hear? He's cool just a little bit, Granddad. Yeah, he sees.
Are you talking to
I
me?
think he sees your camera.
Are you talking to Granddad,
I think
babe?
he's looking at your camera.
Are you talking to Granddad? Huh?
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, yawn. Big yawn.
Oh, isn't he cute when he stretches?
Yes, he looks so sweet because you never see him. His legs stretched out.
Oh, he's gonna get mad because he's gonna be hungry here. I'm not gonna start fixing this cereal, I guess.
That Will swimming with his wings, Nikki. There's Nana with a float. Swim to me, Will. Swim to me. Oh, that's good. That's good, Will. That's real good. Ben's taking a nap on the 10. Oh, that was real good.
Did you get me?
I got you. I sure did.
I cannot stand this. You cannot do it. Yeah.
Ben just lost his pacifier. He's really kicking. What's wrong, big boy? What's wrong? What's wrong, big boy? What's wrong? What's wrong? Been crying, yeah.
Oh, he's so mad.
Oh, easy, every mad.
He gets so sleepy. Yeah, you're so sleepy. Yeah, come on. Now, yeah, he just was so mad, Granddad.
Have you been mean to this baby?
Say, I just
He
am
thinks he's
not
the most
happy.
mistreated baby ever walked the
Say,
face of the
I
earth.
just am not a happy camper. No. Say, I just am not too happy, Granddad.
You know what I think it is? I think we forget that all babies cry.
Sure they
I mean, they have to. That's why they kind of express themselves. Get rid of frustration.
Was at least cancer, but he was could be cancer.
Yeah, this one can't do.
Oh, he sees that red light.
Let's see.
Yeah.
He saw that red
I
light.
bet-
Did you see? He saw the
He
red
looked
light.
at the red light on the-
Yeah.
What's your fan? What's your fan?
I was gonna see if it's moving.
Hey, Granddad, what?
I love the fan back. But you know what he was watching? He was
He just about crawled across his blanket on the car.
Say, goodness gracious, Granddad. Say, oh, his old eyes stuck together. Yeah. say that's what's wrong. Well, he's having a hard time breathing. Yes. I'm going to.
Other reporters here. I cover crime. I cover Minneapolis police officers.
His
And I
eyes
have
all
two small
stuck
children at
reading
home.
that.
I cover the police. And this developed on the crime beat. It started out as a crime story.
You're a mom on the crime beat.
Well, yeah, and
Hear
then
all
a
that
lot
mucus
like not
in his
being
eyes.
touching my children, but I felt it was an important enough thing that developed. But as I said, it started on the crime beat. We had heard from
He's
police
holding his
officers who
head
were
up
looking
good,
at crime
look at
Oh,
downtown.
he
But
is.
part of the problem was there was a culture down at that unit where some officers weren't doing their job. So we went downtown and put on our disguises, eventually documented some of what you saw.
Well, Dow filed a report recently that caused a stir in the Washington area. It focused on teen dance parties. This report featured lewd behavior that we had to edit out. Some of
You
you
looking
still
at
may
the-
not like what
are
you're
you
about
looking
to
at the
see,
camera?
but
No,
they aired
no,
it on
he's
the
not.
news in Washington.
You
If
looking
do
at the red
watch
light
this,
on the
you will
camera
see
yet?
Uniformed police officers who do nothing to stop a party that's
We
going
may
on.
have to feed him.
It's a pool party and
Because Mama said he could have a bottle since he'd spit everything up.
swimming classes during
Oh,
the
Gran-
He could have a bottle.
It's anything but that.
Well, Granddad likes to feed my bottle. Hey, can I do that?
Wait, no, let that granddad.
Music counterculture unique to Washington.
Don't put your phone on me.
Investigation has uncovered graphic
Say, hi,
evidence of
Granddad. I wish we could get him
Back up,
smiling
will you?
real.
now being
So Granddad could get it on camera.
The band is
Yeah,
performing
see, I wish he could just talk just a little bit to them. And Big Brother's listening.
completely new.
Yeah,
Master
Big
Paint
Brother's
and what appear to
listening
be
too.
3 uniformed park police officers look on.
I just say something nice.
Moments later, another woman dances in the pool. She too is completely
Yeah,
naked,
just talk to
surrounded
me.
by a handful of young men. The eye-human
He slept a long time last night, Granddad.
In this case, the Fairland Aquatic Center located in Prince George's County. A facility bought and paid for.
No, don't pick him up. Let him just lay there.
These scenes created a near
He likes to look and just kind of see everything.
girls completely nude were repeatedly fresh juicy
Hey.
chicken. Because now it's marinated. And now Hardee's offers its own
We were in such a hurry. I forgot to take it off.
pieces of chicken, 4 made from scratch biscuits. Your choice of 2 large side dishes and
What'd you do? Turn it on?
Yeah, so you could hear it.
Oh, okay.
You're still wearing your nightcap. Oh, brother, said Coo, we were in such a hurry, I forgot to take it off. I'll just
Oh, you're not really crying, are you? You just fussing.
Soon they found Alice.
He's gonna get mad though, I can tell that.
Sweet blackberries. They're so delicious, people say. We must bring some back for everyone, Pooh suggested.
What's wrong, Ben?
Have a cocktail, Piglet said. How can we
What's wrong, Ben?
blackberries for everyone? Pooh thought for a moment. and
What's
he had a
wrong,
perfect
Ben?
idea. Let's use my cap, he said. It'll hold as much berries as a pail.
What's wrong, Ben?
When they got back to Pooh's house, Pooh and Derek invited all their friends over for blackberry pie. Hooray for Pooh's nightcap, they all chorused, and hooray for Alice Blackberry's prize. Let me go get his bottle. I was gonna have you a birthday cake today, but I wasn't for sure that you were coming to get it, so.
He's talking that cake, so he likes it better.
If you want us to sing happy birthday to you, we will.
You say, Ben? What you say, Ben? Say, that's all right, Mom said, I'm just hungry.
Discover the hottest thing man has ever known.
Live from WTDC Chattanooga, this is News Channel 9 at 5.
A local elderly woman is dead. Her husband is in critical condition tonight. Police are calling it a murder-attempted suicide.
Testimony begins today in the trial of Harvey Hester. He's the man accused of killing 2 local men with his car.
And the scientist testifies the blood of Ronald Goldman and O.J. Simpson is found in the defendant's Bronco.
Hear
Good
that?
evening, thanks for joining us. Chattanooga police tonight are investigating the murder of an elderly East Brainerd woman and the attempted suicide of her husband.
And the blood of Ronald Goldman and the Bronco too.
Can no longer handle the stress of caring for his bedridden wife.
That's good, isn't it?
Oh, I've got him. Got them big eyes.
With the latest. Don, how did this happen?
Well, Mary Ellen, neighbors tell us that Mr. Owenby and his 62-year-old wife, Imelda, had both suffered strokes in the past few years. Mrs. Owenby was paralyzed and confined to a bed. And today, police
I'm running out of battery. I'm charged, but I've got him good.
8:30 this morning, Mr. Owenby called police and told them he had shot and killed his wife. He then turned the .38 caliber pistol and shot himself in the mouth. Miraculously, he survived.
Ben Rice.
He's in critical condition tonight at Erlanger Medical Center.
I'm gonna put him down there and then we'll eat us about him. You gonna look at me or you gonna cry? Huh? Well, look over here. Well, looky here at Nana. Say hi, Granddad. Say hi there, Granddad. Yeah. Say hi there, Granddad. Say what you doing with that box? Yeah. Say what are you doing with that box? Say, I'm just talking a little bit. See, I got those old heat covers and they just are making me mad. Yeah, but it won't take the passage. No, so I'm just gonna have them.
WJBP Power 94. This is Coach Buddy Green inviting you to the 11th annual River City Film Fest, October 16th at Chamberlain Field. So, Buddy, the Mocs will take on Bethune tonight. It's going to be a great game. A portion of the proceeds.
Oh, so heat cuppers, Granddad. Right, yeah, say they just heard. Yeah, see, I can't talk to my Nana with all that noise anyway. No, see, I can't talk to my Nana with all that noise. No, and say I just got those old heat cuppers. Yes, I do. Yeah, say I'm getting sleepy and I don't like it a bit, Granddad. No, say I just don't like it. No, not a bit.
I believe he heard the lightning, didn't
He
he?
may have.
Yeah, 'cause he
Say,
responded.
I just hear everything. Yeah. Say, I just hear everything, Granddad.
I believe we got him pretty good,
Yeah,
don't
that's
you?
pretty good. What you looking at? Show Granddad. Turn around there and look at Granddad. Turn around there and look at Granddad. Yeah. No, he sees something that time.
He's almost looking at the camera. He sees the red
He
light.
could.
He looks off, but then he looks right at it. Hey, Ben.
Say, hey, Granddad. Look at
Hey, Ben.
Granddad. Hey, Ben. Look at Granddad.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked off the side, but I'm getting him real good.
Okay. He just stands on those little skinny legs. You can feel him pushing,
Mhm.
you know, just pushing himself up. This is what he wants. What you see over there? Huh? What do you see?
He's really got fixed on something. Now he's
Oh,
looking
yeah.
around.
He sees something, Granddad. Say, I see something. Just a talk to her, just about 30 seconds. And then I might just cry. Say, I might just start crying. Yeah. Say, I just talk to her just a little bit.
Although most of us aren't thinking about it coming back.
Yeah. I will.
Calvin said our
Uh-huh.
relationship
Yeah. Say, I just.
A House subcommittee has approved a bill that would change
Say,
the way
I
the
just
IRS
talk
might
for just a
your
minute.
tax return.
Yeah.
the proposal will
And
let
say,
taxpayers
then I'll be a
sue
fussy
overzealous
bot.
tax collectors for up to $1
Yeah.
million.
Say, I'll be on
Taxes
fussy bot.
$100,000.
Yeah, they'll be old bus bucket then. Yeah, they will. They just about 30 seconds, Granddad. And that's all. Yeah, say that's all. That's all I do. Yeah, say you better get me now. Yeah, 'cause say I just be a bus bucket then. I just be an old bus bucket. Y'all will.
Close the building down and start all over with taxes.
Yes, I will. Oh, goodness, what a pretty smile.
Oh, it was. It was beautiful, wasn't it?
That was a sweet smile, Granddad. Had a lot of pretty love in those eyes. Yeah, it did. Yes, he did, Granddad. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness, Granddad. Say, I just a tired boy. Yes, I was. I just a tired boy. Oh, my.
Okay, start.
It's a bat cycle.
This
and
is a bat.
It goes real fast.
Okay.
And it has Jet's big motor, and it can go in water, and it takes a lot of gas, and it can shoot, and it can speed fast, and it can stop, and it can ride babies, and it can ride boys, and it can ride everything in the world. Even it can ride the world.
It can. Okay, do you haul your little babies in there, your little animal babies?
I haul my little baby.
Can you show me how you do that?
Okay.
That's Bear. And, okay, now come back. Now, can you line up your little babies for me in front of your bat cycle?
Yep. Now this time I'll line up different.
Oh, you're gonna line them up different? Okay, that's Big Bird. All right. Have you got names for all your little babies? Here's one more, I believe, out here. Put him right there. All right. Can you tell me their names? Have you got names?
Yep.
Tell me what their names are.
That's Jingle Bells.
Okay.
And that's Panda, and that's Big Bird.
All
And
right.
that's
Let's give him a
that's
name.
Mousy.
Mouse.
And that's Honey, and that's Fluffy.
Fluffy. Okay, that sounds real good. But
Up there and break it real quick.
No,
that's weapons that he uses. That's a weapon. That's a bat rope that he uses. That's his gun. That's his gun right there. And that's more weapons. That's his flying discus. Wow, see him fly? Fly. Fly. And that's the way he does. That's the way he catches the outlaws and brings them to justice. So we're going to end this tape right now. Leg, I believe. Hey Ben, are you gonna cry for Granddad? Are you gonna make a big thing? Oh no, what a face. Now, well, be careful with him. You can turn him over. Son, you shouldn't have done that. Oh, Ben's getting mad, Nana. Bless his heart. Oh, Ben, don't cry, baby.
Passie's so good, Nana. Say, I just love my Passie. Yeah, say it tastes so good. Yeah, say it just tastes so good, Nana. Say, I just love my Passie. Yeah, say, I just love it. Yeah, talk just a little bit for Granddad. Talk just a little bit for Granddad. so he can get your picture. Here it is. Here it is. Here's your passy. There it is. Yeah. You'll just have to talk with your passy in there. Yeah. So we gotta get some pictures. Gotta get some pictures of Benjamin. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We gotta get some pictures of Benjamin. Mm-hmm. 'Cause he's so sweet. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Say, I just so sweet. Uh-huh. Say, I just so sweet, Granddad. Yeah. Say, I just so sweet. Uh-huh. Yeah. Say, I just... Mm-hmm. Say, I'm talking good to my Nana. Yeah. Say, I'm talking good to my Nana. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Say, I'm talking good. Say, I'm talking good. You want your old passy back?
Are you gonna look at the camera? You see the red light on the camera? You see your Nan? You see your Nan? Do you see your Nan? Are you looking at your Nan?
Hey, Benjamin.
Look at
Hey, Benjamin.
Nan. Look at Nan.
Hey, Benjamin. Hey, Benjamin. Hey, Benjamin.
See Nan?
What'd you say?
Wait just a minute. Okay.
Karate, huh?
Yeah, okay. You gonna put your hat back on Ben? Put your hat back on Ben.
How about if we have a foster child? Oh, I love it. And he goes, smells fresh. She walked in the store and she's a little bald head, and he came and he said, man, he said,
Turn him around now.
I said, it's gonna kill us when she leaves. What can did that? We have asked where the money would.
I believe you need to straighten the hat up, don't you?
I mean, if you really want one, that's what you have. I'm
Is that
serious.
right?
Yeah.
I'm talking to him about it, but, of course, that's just talk. Okay.
I might have to.
That made a.
Right.
Yes, right. And wouldn't
Hey,
blame him in the
sweet
least.
thing.
I tell you, see what it says.
I wished you could have heard him, Granddad. Say, if I can just get to talking again. Yeah, say, I was just laughing. Yeah, say, my Nana was funny and she got on a red shirt.
He fed up, didn't he?
Say, I just got all kinds of hiccups. Yeah. What's she doing? Hey, look up here and see that Nana. Yeah, come on. Now, he won't laugh a time. will he?
Let Granddad take it.
No, say, I won't laugh at the giggling time now that Granddad's got the camera. No, I bet I won't. I bet I won't. No, but say, I just a bit of laughing. Yeah, say, I just been a laughing. Yes, I have.
Just be with Ben like this.
Yeah. That was Turn the TV off, Will, so we can hear him giggling. Yeah, was just a laughing, Granddad. So you was just a laughing outside.
He is.
Hey, let me hold him.
Oh, listen to this.
Listen to it. Wait a minute. Say, let Nana get me to laughing some more. Yeah, say, I gotta see her red shirt. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, goodness gracious. I gotta see that red shirt. You hear that, brother? You hear that, brother? Do you hear that brother laughing at you? Do you hear that?
He also put a rattle in his hand tonight and he put it in his mouth.
Oh, did he? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. You just a great girl. You just a girl. Yes, you are. Did you get something back? Say, I just really showed out tonight, Granddad.
See if you can get him to now, because
Say, I
we'll.
just showed out tonight. Yeah. Say, my Nana was just making me laugh so much. Yeah. Say, her was just making me laugh. Yeah. And I get the hiccups every time. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness gracious, I get them all hiccups.
You just want to lasso. Jingle, jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, jingle,
Oh,
jangle.
he heard that well.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all the way. Someone man is to run to the woods or something play. Jingle bell, jingle all the way. Someone man is to run to the woods or something play. Hey, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all the way. Someone man is to run to the woods or something play. Hey, jingle bell, jingle all the way. Someone man is to run windows open sleigh. Hey, jingle bell, jingle all the way. Someone man is to run windows open sleigh. Hey, jingle bell, jingle all the way. Someone man is to
Will
run
gets too
windows
close.
open sleigh. Hey, jingle bell, jingle all the way. Someone man is to run windows open sleigh. Hey, jingle bell, jingle sweet.
Got those old hiccupers, Granddad. Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Turn around and
Turn around here, look here. Hey, Will.
Look here.
I mean, Ben.
say hi.
Ben.
Say
Call
hi,
him Will.
Granddad.
Ben.
Say hi
Ben.
there, Granddad.
Hey, look here. Oh, look at that smile. Look
Say
at
hi
that
there,
smile.
Granddad. Say, I'm going to cut a tooth. Yeah. Say, I'm just going to get a tooth. Yeah, I am. Say, I'm just going to cut a tooth.
Hi, Ben.
Say hi,
Hi,
Granddad.
Ben. Hi, buddy.
Say
How you doing?
Say hi,
Hi.
Granddad.
You see the camera? You must see the red light on the
Yeah,
camera.
say, I can just see everything. I can just see everything. You can just see everything.
What you like? Huh? You see the red light on the camera? Huh? You see the red light?
Say, I'm just wet, Granddad.
Did I just slobber?
Say, I'm
gonna
just
cut a
wet
tooth.
everywhere.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Say, what you got? Say, what you got, Granddad? Say, what you got, Granddad? I know it. Say, what you got? Uh-huh. Yeah, goodness gracious. Say, I just a sweetie. Yeah, I'm just going to get some good sugar. Yeah, I'm just going to get some good sugar. Yeah, I'm just going to get some good sugar. Yeah, it's going to get some of the good sugar. So this has got these old hiccupers. Yeah, this is good. Say, that's pretty good, Granddad. Say, you got quite a few smiles out of me.
Well, I did.
Yeah. I think he likes that one the best. It's brighter. Yeah, you could just about crawl to that, couldn't you, Ben? Hmm? Could
He's
you
gonna
just-
try, isn't he?
Yeah.
I can tell he's trying to stretch, and he got them feet going. Watch him. Oh yeah, now here he's gonna crawl. You gonna crawl to it,
Look
buddy?
here. Look at this one.
He's gonna try.
See there? Yeah. Watch him. He wants it. He's trying to get to it. Oh, he's mad because he can't, Granddad. See, watch him.
Oh, he's gonna get angry.
He's got to. I guess that was it, Granddad.
What, big boy? Are you mad 'cause you're on your tummy? Huh? Are you mad, little man, 'cause you're on your tummy? Huh? You want to get up, didn't you? Yeah.
Just watch him get stiff, Granddad. Here,
I tell you what, he can move. Hey, Ben. Hey, Ben. Hey, Ben.
Look at Granddad.
Hey, Ben. Hey.
Ben, look over here.
Look here.
Look here at Granddad.
Look here.
Look here at
Look
Granddad.
here. Hi. Hi, Ben. Hi, baby. Hi, Ben. Hi.
Oh, moved just as I took.
Well, try another.
Well, I was gonna. Yeah. Look
That's
here.
good. Yeah, that's good.
Look at that.
I know it. Watch him, watch him. Careful, careful with it. Careful with the bin. Careful with the bin.
Let's see if I can get him to turn this way. Looky this way, Ben. Look here.
Oh, yeah, more. That's good.
Look here, Ben. Ben, look over this side.
He zeroed in on them colors over there. Tell you what, he can scoot around a lot, you know.
He's crawling on his back. Look here. Oh, watch him. He's trying to reach it, Granddad. Oh, he did. He touched it. Watch it. That sweet face. Look here. Yeah, he can probably see himself. That's a mirror. Isn't it wonderful, the toys they have for kids?
Oh, it is. Yes, it is.
I'm gonna scoot it up there a little bit so he can reach them, maybe.
The elderly also need alternative forms of ministry. For 91-year-old Belle Gross, this comes in the form of children. Today's visit from these fifth graders from Ridgedale Baptist Church includes a homemade card, fruit basket, and sometimes...
You got him, hadn't you, buddy? You better watch him reach for him.
He reached him that time.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
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 I believe the good time's over.
Say the good times is over, Nana.
The good time is
Say
over.
the good times are over, Nana. Let me go get his other toys. Did I have him?
He's not sure he likes that tummy, I don't
He doesn't
like.
like his tummy. Boy, he says he's fussy. He's looking at this now.
You're the mouse. Is that a mouse, man?
Let's see if you can get up there too. Oh, he's getting sleepy, I think. Look here.
He seemed like he was asleep when he came in the car. Was he
No,
never?
he wasn't, but he's sleepy.
Yeah.
See? Let me go get his bottle and I'll see if he'll take a nap.
What's wrong, Ben? What's wrong, baby Ben? Huh? What's wrong, darling? Are you wanting your bottle? Huh? Are you wanting your bottle, son? What's wrong, Ben? Are you sleepy? Nana's gonna get you bottle.
Are you getting his face or just
No,
his
I'm just
head?
getting his back. I just running some.
Well, don't run it. Just... Yeah.
at that bottle, what he's looking at. Tell you what, he sees that bottle. You see that bottle, Ben? Oh, man. Now that's what I wanted. Now that really shut me up. That's what I wanted right there.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Say, I just want to stand up, Granddad. Yeah. Say, I just want to stand up because I got to talk. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Say, I like it when Manetta laughs. Yeah. Say, I do. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at that. Look at those eyes. Yeah, look at those eyes. This look at those eyes. Say hi, Nana. Say goodness, goodness, goodness. Say goodness, 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 Nana. Say I'll get your hair. Yeah. Say I'll just get a handful of it there. Can you see that face, huh? Say I'll just get that hair, Nana.
Oh, are you setting up? Nana's got you fixed up there, hasn't she, buddy?
Now I have to get him right face on. Turn around.
How you doing, big boy? Sitting up there like a big boy, aren't
Say,
you?
I'm gonna sit up by myself, Granddad. Yes, I was. Say, I'm gonna sit up by myself.
Sitting alone. Yeah, he is. How old is he now, Nana? Let's see.
He's 4 months old.
4 months old, yeah.
Say hi, Granddad.
I bet. You gonna get your bottle?
Say, I'm
Oh,
gonna
that's a good picture here now.
Say,
This
I'm
is a
gonna
good
eat.
picture. This is a real good picture now. I believe he wants that bottle. Ben's eating his first pound cake. Will's eating pound cake.
You
want small, Will?
Watch him get in there. Watch him.
Is he going down his throat? It is. If it's on his lip.
Watch him, hun.
He loves that pound cake.
He's sucking it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's got a mouthful, Lori.
He's gonna get choked.
Don't let him get choked.
Yeah, he's choked.
He's coughing. He's all right.
When he gets choked. Then on this run when he gets choked on that pound cake. You sure will, or there's just a run.
I believe he enjoyed that.
I know some people.
Yeah.
Is it running?
Mm-hmm.
Nana will run when he gets choked.
Take off
Did
that
you
meat.
enjoy Nana's pound cake, you stinkers? You stinkers. He just hugs me, Lori.
He's getting where he just hugs and he'll
When I picked him up after what?
he pulls on your hair. He's gotten where he's found.
Say, I'm beginning to like my neck.
Cause look what we're supposed to do, Granddad. Look, we're supposed to take that one off.
Oh, okay.
Put it on there.
It's Thanksgiving Day. Will's here. Ben's here. Ben's trying to turn over. He's just almost turning over. I believe he's going to make it. Oh, he's just about turned over.
And he's not going to turn over.
Yo. What's wrong, buddy? What's wrong? He's just about to turn over. You know it?
Well, he can. He just.
Will got on his bells.
Oopsie. I'm right this way. Hey, I want to do it like this. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all the way. So much fun to it. It's like, hey, jingle bell, jingle all the way. So much fun to it. One for someone's like, hey, jingle bell, jingle all the way. So much fun to it. One for someone's like, hey, jingle bell, all the way. So much fun to it. One for someone's like, hey. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. So much fun to do something for this. Jingle bells.
Okay. You ready to show Granddad?
Ben's getting ready to settle on.
Okay.
Ben is getting ready to settle on. Well, he's setting along. Yeah. He's gonna sit now. There he is. Look here, Ben. Hey, Ben. Look here. He's sitting along. He's sitting along. Oh, he's mad. He just pushed off.
I need to get a picture of him.
Ben's fit, but he's sitting along. He's spitting up. But he's spit. But he's sitting along. So pretty.
I can't believe it. Oh.
Get back now, Will. You might make him fall. Can you smile for Granddad? Look here, Ben. Hey, Ben. Will, don't get up there. You'll
Like
make
Big
him fall.
Brother.
Hey, Ben.
He's looking at Big Brother. Where Big Brother goes.
Okay. Well, come over here. Come over here by Granddad so we'll look at the camera.
Hey. Gonna smile? Gonna smile for Granddad? Ben is sitting along. Ben is sitting along. Uh-oh. He turned over.
He's all right.
Let's try again.
So maybe getting tired.
Hey, we'll talk to him now because he likes to.
Watch it. Is he gonna smile? Is he gonna smile?
Can I do it?
Are you gonna turn over? Yeah. Wait just a minute. Okay.
We're gonna get Granddad. You ready?
it up with a
I get you. Get Granddad. I get you.
Watch me. And now
Get you.
the family.
Ah, you're too busy watching Will. So get you. So I'm gonna get you, Granddad.
Hi,
So
baby.
I'm gonna get you. So get you.
Hi.
Get you.
Hi, baby.
Who is that? Say Granddad. Say hi, Granddad. Woo.
He's looking at Granddad's red coat, I think.
Hey, Ben.
Say get you. Get you.
Get out, Ben.
Get you.
Really good.
Oh, where does this go to?
Hang on. Actually, we'll be that
Just a minute. Oh, he won't get it.
It makes noises.
Yeah.
Is that the one you wanted, huh?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I got.
I figured you got it.
Here's the.
Oh,
Hey, Will, I want to see all those clothes you got.
What them clothes you got, Will?
Yeah, he thought he had clothes in him.
He told me it's.
Dad, you had to put this together.
Well, he was mad at me because I got him clothes because I knew everybody else was getting toys. Is that what he said? Yes.
He told me at the dinner table. He said, "Granddad, if you got me clothes, could you just take them back?"
That's all they got. What's a door?
Yeah, it makes noise somehow.
It is making, you just can't hear it over the roar.
You don't get it.
Okay,
You do the stickers, you need some help.
Yeah, you looked up,
Then
didn't
you got one.
Well, he's not interested in any other gift other than that one right there.
I'm rich.
Beautiful one.
I'm rich. I tell you, I
We
am.
drew his name here, Daddy.
When a person gets
I have
your age,
$45.
when a person gets your age, that's all you want. That's right. You don't buy, you don't try to even buy anything.
Thank
You
you,
just
Daddy.
put the money in.
What's that
person I wanted?
a nice one?
I can't believe I told you I wanted something and you got it.
Wait, let me get this on tape. Shit, I can't believe
I got it. I got it on tape.
Hold
I
on.
can't believe he got something that I told him I wanted.
Wait, I'm recording. Let's go. Mama, now say
Hey,
it.
Granddad, it's a banner year for the rice man. I got mine too.
Oh, did you? Okay.
That's what I told Granddad.
Remember now, this is documented on Ben's tape. That's Ben's tape.
That's all right, Dad. I got it too.
Oh, okay.
Here's the instructions right here.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Oh, look here, Ben.
I love you.
What you got here? So what is all this?
Hey, I believe I hear Big Dodge Diesel.
Oh, okay. That's hard. See out front?
Yeah.
While you're up, would you give me a Kleenex?
Yeah. We might have to call our granddad for his pocket knife.
I've got some.
Hey, you don't know what it is?
I know.
Hey, boy.
Disney boxes. I'm gonna keep the Disney boxes. I'll tell you that.
I thought that was really nice.
What?
The Disney ball. They
I
gave that
love
to me, right?
I love Disney boxes. This is one that I do not have. Oh no. Oh no.
Well, leave that off for me. We've got to get all the stickers on.
It's alright.
All right, where's this one?
That's cute. Who got you that?
That way you can keep up with all that stuff you have to do, Nick.
Yeah, really, she really did.
The 900 and different. I gotta feel somebody gonna be
Oh, look at him hugging. Look, Granddaddy's hugging his foot and kissing
There he is.
Thank you,
Oh, how sweet.
You're welcome.
How sweet.
I hope you like it. I hope you
I
can use
do.
it.
I do.
Gee, wonder what this is. Gee, I picked it out. I know what it is. He's decided to get over here now. He decided to move. You want to see Ben's stuff? Okay.
All right, well, let's see. Where's the your instructions here?
I got me $45 for the present.
Oh, Lori.
Goes right there.
Now that scar got you that. That is beautiful.
Y'all sleep.
Now I helped her pick
She
that.
needed that. She really needed that.
Well, she didn't think you had one.
No, I have that one. My boss got it last year, and it's just about wore out the zipper. She got you one.
Yeah, I picked mine out. And I helped her pick yours out, so.
Thank you. She did a good one.
Here, bro.
Yeah, it smells really good. Yeah, 'cause all you have is
Got off
Barbara.
of Doug's work there, huh?
I believe he has.
Got you one that you wanted.
Thank you.
Oh,
I like that. Worn out from the skin. And the green stick got anything. I told you not to give me anything. I found it. Especially Catherine.
Those are so handy,
Oh, they
Gee.
are. You see what I do when I'm over there? My boss got it from Christmas. It just about wore out. Nikki said, "Boy, you need that."
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I looked at the weather shop yesterday.
Barbara, I didn't find that.
Hey, look, he's eating the box.
There was a card
He was
for you
enjoying
and
it.
PJ. Did you find it?
From Jamie?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Where's you?
Okay.
Yeah, they had our kids.
Oh, okay.
Where's
Ryan, did you open that little gift next to the bag to see what was in it?
Well, by the way, I'd like to apologize for not having any pictures of my kids. Our picture appointment was the day we were at T.C. Thompson's Children's Hospital, so I will get those as
Well,
soon
we
as I
expect it the
can.
next.
Right.
Look here.
We expect it next Christmas,
Yes,
huh?
next Christmas.
She owns the Pooh Bear.
Well, I came by and saw him in there. I didn't need a picture of that.
Who's that? I don't know.
Look how open that computer. I want to see it. That's what
I
Nikki likes.
forgot.
Here's his stickers
What's your
there.
name, Christy? What's your name?
No, we already got it.
Now, Christy,
like
still
that
gonna press a
dollhouse?
little bit.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah.
You do? Yes. Good, okay. Barbara, she loves it.
Oh, well, good.
We thought it looked like you. Yeah. I'm gonna wear it. Hey, Christy. Christy. I've seen those at JCPenney.
Now, pull back.
I thought it looked like you. Here's Thank you. You're welcome. You starving?
Well, then let Christy see it. This one, I think Christy.
Well, that card was to PJ and Lori. That card was to PJ and Lori from. You did?
You did?
Well, you must have been a pretty good boy then to get something extra.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing he said when he came downstairs, what was he saying?
I don't think I got a thing I wanted.
Well, I think that's what he was saying about his Batman last night. You know, I thought, how can he tell if he's got it or not? He's got it. Well, Benjamin?
And look, we even have ropes for them to climb up.
Well, how about that?
And we even
Rope
got
ladder.
the trap
That's a
door.
pirate ship, isn't it?
Look at the trap door in
I
here.
believe that side of that whole boat opens up.
Look up here, Will.
Look, is the back open it
Do
too?
y'all like my picture?
Well, how neat. Is that the drawing thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lord, do that's the one.
Let me turn on the demonstration. You can see how it works.
Oh, and there's an anchor too. How do you look at it?
Probably you just pull it out. Look here, you see this?
Look at that.
Gangplank,
That's the
Will.
gangplank. And see, I believe this right here, didn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think, Ben?
Then you can see all different kinds.
What do you think?
Hey, Benjamin, look this way.
Look at me.
You make me walk the plank?
Yeah. 'Cause we're fighting water.
Well, I'll tell you, I've never seen so much stuff.
That looked like it'd be good at your house. That was very good.
Yeah, he
at
just
your
had to be good one night, and that was last night.
Oh.
house. Cena saw me. He did.
I couldn't figure out why he was being so good. So we got in the car, I said,
It's be good all the time.
when he got in the car, I said, Will, you were really good tonight. Thank you. And he said, I know it, so Santa's probably going to come and see me.
Well, you're supposed to be good all year long. Not just one night. But it helps if you're good.
Hey, Will, what's that Batman
Hey,
suit and
man.
that plastic thing?
Hey, Ben. Hey, Ben, look here.
What
Here,
plastic?
look at that smile.
Bag.
Hey, Ben.
What
Oh,
bag?
he turned just as I
What bag?
Right here, this
snapped.
plastic one.
Hey, Ben.
What is that?
Keep,
Oh.
look. Now, snap your finger.
Oh, wow, you can take that to Disney.
Y'all can
Did you
take
see how it's got?
shave.
No, it's not shaving.
That grandmother's still talking this morning about that hug from him.
Oh, is it?
It's got a brush and a comb and a toothbrush.
You see his little
Oh, here's
outfit
his case.
that he has on?
Yeah.
So, and a cup, you can take this to Disney.
I'm taking this Batman thing to Disney.
You
Your
are.
brush and comb, yeah, it's a travel kit.
Hey,
That's
Ben.
cute. Can you get over here, Dad?
See, I shoot that, and you can.
What I want to know
What?
is what that thing does.
That's a catapult.
Another
Those barrels.
catapult.
Well, I'll give that,
Hey, Ben.
that horn to
Look
you.
here, here.
There he is, Granddad.
Hi, you gonna smile?
Daddy's
Smile.
good at this.
Hey, that's, he saw his smile. Hi. Hi.
These are soft.
Me in there?
Oh,
I got him.
is Daddy shooting?
Daddy shot me in.
My goodness.
Dad, don't you? Let me go find this one. There's one that.
I shot me in.
Hey, Will, I believe Santa ate part of the cookie and left some of it. Did he drink his juice?
Did you
Will.
leave Santa some?
Will left him a juice box. He didn't have to drink it.
Uh-oh.
He drank
did,
it.
didn't he?
He drank the juice, didn't he?
He was probably thirsty by the time he got here, don't you guess?
Yeah.
What kind of what horn are you talking about?
Hey, Ben.
He is just smiling.
Hey, Ben. Yeah.
I got a
Ha, ha, ha.
Oh, for his bicycle.
I don't want it on my bicycle.
I mean, boy, that's good right there.
He
See,
just a talking to you, Granddad. Tell Granddad what you're taking. Tell Granddad what you're taking.
sitting up on the couch.
Yeah. Say I'm taking some cough syrup. I'm going to have some cough syrup.
And brother and mom and daddy
Some eardrops.
have left for Disney World. They have left for Disney World tonight.
Congress looked into the wholesale firings at the White House travel office.
Say hi, Granddad. Say what you do.
Ron Cruz, says former White House assistant.
Say going to have some cough syrup. Going to have some cough
We need
syrup.
those people
Laugh
out.
for him now like you did
We need
before.
our people in.
I believe he sees the red light, Granddad. Are you looking at the red light on the camera? Don't you look at that red light. Say, I sitting up here pretty good, Granddad.
You risk merely
Say, I like this old red pillow.
You run the risk of turning this
Say, I wasn't hungry. Say, I wasn't hungry. That's why I wasn't fussing.
election campaign. By her own choice, Mrs. Clinton's profile is nearly as high as his own. And her ethical problems could become his political problems as well.
And one thing more. That young lawyer, Mrs. Clinton, described as having initiated the contact with the SNL and doing all the work.
Spin up, yeah.
Rick Massey, he's scheduled to testify under oath on Capitol Hill tomorrow. He plans to
Say, I'm
that
probably
Mrs.
packed,
Clinton said
Nina.
it's not exactly
Say, I'm probably packed.
Jim Wooten, ABC News, Washington.
Say, I packed. Oh, that's the end of it. Say, that's all of it. Say, that's it.
Is the happy times gone?
Happy times are gone.
Won't you smile for Granddad and talk just a little bit?
Somewhere else. You can just watch him pitch his spit
Yeah.
there, Granddad.
Yeah, I thought I might get that.
Watch
Oh,
him
he's,
pitch his spit.
yeah, watch him. He's grinning now.
Watch him pitch his spit. Yes, sir. Watch him pitch his spit with his own naughty nose. Watch him pitch his spit with his own naughty nose.
With Peter Jennings. Brought to you by the makers of Aruba's King Tea.
I just wasn't satisfied with how much told me about a medicine called Arubis.
Yeah, I just took every orifice on my face, on my head is a drain. But that's what my Nana says. Say, that's what my Nana says. I'm just a short-term person. I'm just a short-term person. You got your toes all hung up. You've got your toes all hung up in your pants. Say, I'm just a short-term person, Granddad. Say, I'm just a short-term person and I'll be crying in a minute, Granddad. Say, I just a wub in my nana with my eyes. Yes, I was a wub ever since. Say, I just gonna kick a storm away. I just gonna kick a storm away. That's what I'm gonna do. Just anything to keep you doing something, too. You got your toes all hung up. You got your toes all hung up. Now you got your toes all fixed. You need to do. Say, I'm about ready to cry, Granddad. Say, I'm probably ready to cry. Let's get up here and let you see. Yeah. Here, say, Granddad, so can you get my feet down there when I start my fancy footwork? Say, when I start my fancy footwork, so can you get my feet?
He picks up that right leg.
Oh, you just watch him.
Quick, yeah, I'm getting.
Say, I just
He's
need
real
my
quick.
walker, Granddad. He does. He needs it bad. Say, hi, Granddad.
Well, maybe we get to go after it tomorrow. What you jump? Yeah.
Say, what you doing, Granddad? Say, I'm jumping. Say, I see my bottle. Say, I see my bottle, Granddad.
Well, he's trying to run too, didn't he?
Yeah,
Hear the clock. Do you hear the clock?
we may have to stop that thing tonight.
Nah. I'll get accustomed to it.
Let me see if I can let you get a picture of him holding it. got it?
I got it, yeah.
You got your bottle?
He's
You
holding
got
that
your
bottle.
bottle? You gonna chew on the nipple for a little while? Are you gonna chew on the nipple? That's the most he's laughed in a long time. Say, right now I feel pretty good. You don't want that thing. You don't want that bottle.
For the situation, and it's really not true. In order to keep sexual tension, there's all this kind of interplay that goes on between the two people.
Boy, Jimmy just chews on the nipple. Say, I'm not a-doing the thing. Say, I'm not a-doing the thing. Say, we got a poke you full of medicine here in a little while, Granddad. Say, we got a poke in the ears, and poke in the mouth, and poke in the ears. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Oh, see there? See there? It's all over. It's all over. It's all over. Come on. Come on. Get up here and show him what you can do. Get up here and show him what you can do.
Well, he's quick with them feet. Look how quick he lifts them.
He don't want to sit down. See, what he wants to do is get up and
See how quick he moves them?
Yeah. He won't like that at all. He doesn't like his tongue at all. And I can't believe Lori says she makes him stay on it. Okay, there's that.
The February issue of Esquire will be
That's
out
probably
in
enough,
New York on
Granddad.
Monday and in the
Bottle. He's just
No,
so,
it's congested.
he's just so congested. Here, play with your diaper.
Oh, no. You ready for it to eat,
Where's
baby?
cereal?
You ready for your cereal, son? Did you want some bottle?
No, I gave him that one. Maybe you'll suck that a little bit.
Hi, Ben.
Eh?
Ben. Ben.
Benjamin, look
Ben?
at Granddad. He's
Ben,
too busy
look up.
looking at the water, Granddad.
Ben. Ben. Snap, snap. Ben. Hey, Ben. 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 Look here. Ah, bud. You taking a bath? Are you taking a bath?
Granddad,
Do you like your new chair? Huh? I'm looking it over real good, isn't it?
He is. Yeah. It's just a little bit low.
You're seeing live pictures right now from Mount Eagle Mountain, that is to the west of Chattanooga, and quite a high altitude as compared to the valleys, but it's moving this way and already moving in here. And
Let's see, we need to see how to scoot it up.
Yeah, adjusted. It's probably on that turnbuckle right up
Well, I
top
thought it
right
said the
there.
rings, but it must be that one up
Yeah.
there.
Is the ring, that's handholds for him, isn't it? The rings?
That's right, Mom and Bill.
Of course you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, I guess you're right. I bet it's there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
This is Ben's tape, and we got another snow on January the 11th, now the 11th, and this is the 12th. It was a soft snow. It's only about 36 degrees, and it came in last night. And this is Friday, so we got one, and the other one was last Saturday night, which was should have been around the 10th. Wait, no, it wasn't. It's around the Saturday night. We had a big one Sunday, and it got out real cold. And we're probably 5 days, must have been around the 7th, that we got the other big snow, and this on wheels tape. Barbara had got out last night and played it on the snow. PJ and Lori and Will, Doug and Jeannie are in Florida, and we're keeping Ben. Ben went to sleep, and I stayed with him, and Barbara got out and made a snowman last night. But it is a beautiful snow. Those barf snowmen.
You know, one 12-hour travesty is so continuously effective on their congestion and sneezing.
Them little legs just get it, don't they? Watch him, yeah.
So you pay more for less relief.
See, that's the kind of play he needs. You don't need to be laying.
We just picked up Ben. It's about 10 to 5. And he is happy to be at Nana and Granddad's house.
Fluoride, baking soda, and peroxide. These are the ingredients my husband recommends.
I tell you.
Brush into your mouth as you're brushing. You can feel bubbles everywhere. Hundreds of
What's
bubbles
it?
all over your mouth, giving you a fresh, clean feeling. Ventadent's accepted by the American Dental Association. My husband would never recommend a product that wasn't.
Nationwide warehouse! Nationwide warehouse! For 3 days, only get a brand new mattress.
You can give him uh-oh. I guess that's the end of that.
I think he saw you walk away, and that's what made him fuss. What's wrong, Ben? Hey, Ben. Ben, look here at Granddad. He's worried about you, you know. You ran off.
He moved it back, did you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Yeah, them little legs are just really going.
What you got? What you got? What you got? Look at that. What is that? What is Oh, he's getting tired. Yeah, Nana just may have to rock him here. Yeah. Just do her favorite thing. Come on, Nana, come on, Nana. Well, that was pretty.
Granddad's gonna take you trying to cross. Yeah, you gonna try to cross some more? Are you gonna try to cross some more? Oh, you getting up there, aren't you?
He's watching his shadow.
You gonna come to Granddad? You gonna crawl to Granddad? You're trying awful hard. Now you gonna get mad or you gonna come on? Huh? You gonna crawl to Granddad? Come on. Oh, he's gonna roll to me, I believe. Are you gonna roll to Granddad? You gonna turn over? Huh? Are you gonna turn over? Come on. Come on. Come on, Ben. Come on. I believe he's tired. Oh, is that what he's looking at? Okay. Are you looking at your chair? I guess you are. Yeah. You talking to your chair? Come here. He's going to turn around and go back toward his chair, I believe.
I told you he loves that chair.
Yeah.
He just won't let himself enjoy it.
Hey, Ben. Hey, Ben. Are you going to get mad now?
He's getting tired now. Turn around, Ben. Turn around. Turn around, Ben. Jump for Nana. Jump for Nana. Boo. Boo, Ben. Boo, Ben. Boo, Benjamin. Come on, come get me. Come get Nana. Come on. Come on.
Granddad, you gonna stretch? You just woke up. You gonna smile at Granddad? You gonna give me a good smile? Huh? You gonna give Granddad a good smile? gonna kick? Hey, look here. You gonna kick? You gonna kick?
How cute.
Robert Marsh, investigator, DA's office, right?
Oh!
Any leads on some of these?
Oh!
What you doing? What you doing, Ben?
Little feet just go fly.
He sees me taking his picture.
That's a part he's using Granddad's chest as a drum with them feet.
Include a huge selection of fine Persian masterpieces and antiques. Hurry! Final weeks! Sale held at 1305 Carter Street, 2 blocks south of the Trade Center. Permit number 67377.
Are you gonna play? Are you gonna jump around in your chair?
Erlanger Medical Center is in the heart of Chattanooga's healthcare industry. Erlanger is rock solid and financially strong. We are prepared for you to need help.
Gonna say hi to Granddad? You gonna wave? Wave at me. Wave. Hi, Ben.
Is he straining again?
I believe he is. Hi, Ben. Hi. That's a good boy. Wave. Wave at Granddad.
Mr. Patterson's in with his dandy of the day. You know, Daryl, some of these retiring sports figures
You gonna wave at Granddad?
make way for this guy you've been telling us about.
Yeah, kind
You gonna wave?
touching story really today from Michigan, where a young man refuses to let a
Mom and brother and Doug and Jeannie and Nikki are coming in from Florida, from Disney World today.
to be a play-by-play announcer, Kurt Rivera,
Yes, they are.
to carry Larry.
Mom and brother Will, Doug and Jeannie and Nikki are coming in from Disney World today. It's about 5:30 now, so it may not be long
is only 16.
till they get here.
Mind is made up to be a play-by-play sportscaster.
6 would be 9 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Kerry has cerebral palsy. He's confined to a wheelchair, but that hasn't stopped the Almanac sophomore from pursuing his dream. Though he'll never play it down, he's on the football team watching. He practices every game.
What you doing?
on the sideline.
What kind of noise is that? You gonna talk to Granddad? Huh?
As the public addresses.
You gonna talk to me?
Here is where the Algonac Muskrats play.
Ben, are you gonna talk for me?
They have the inside ladder, not accessible to Kerry. That's why the town and school is rallying around him to build a new one.
Are you gonna talk for Granddad?
$25,000 to build a new press box is close to being met. Those who know Kerry aren't surprised.
I think it's very appropriate outpouring for a real special person.
I believe his gums are itching. He's really chomping down on it.
He carries a 4.0 grade.
Hard part of that pacifier.
He's an inspiration. With
You looking at Nana?
coming
Huh?
to a stadium near you.
You looking at Nana? Nana's reading her book.
In Algonac, Kurt Rivera, Channel 7 Action News, reporting.
You know, that's kind of, I didn't have cerebral palsy, of course.
You gonna smile for Granddad? You gonna talk to me a little bit? Won't you talk to me a little bit?
Good luck to Kerry.
Yeah, talk. Talk. Yeah, talk to me a little bit. You gonna wave by at me? Huh? Are you gonna wave to Granddad? I believe you're going to. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you looking for a place to get away from
You're a pretty baby. Yes, you are, Ben. You're a pretty baby. Granddad's youngest grandchild. Yes. Granddad's youngest grandchild. And he stayed with Nana and Granddad about all week. And we have had a ball. Had
room for storage?
Huh?
You know, honey, according to this right here, if you're craving candy, the best thing to have is the Three Musketeers.
It is.
Well,
Why is that?
in the little miniature pieces, you know, the bites, one of them only has 1 gram of fat.
Oh,
And
boy.
you can eat 7 of them and it still only has 5.
Yeah.
So a bar wouldn't be, you know,
Bad.
much different.
Yeah.
So that
Is
would
it
be
made with
good.
egg whites? The Three Musketeers make egg whites?
Hidden behind a wall is another tunnel that's been filled with dirt. The only thing that's been covered up.
Oh, he's getting restless. He wants Granddad to get him. Don't you? You want Granddad to get him. He's getting ready to get mad. Oh, Ben is getting ready to get mad. Yes. Aren't you, Ben? Watch them arms. What? What's all that? Now you're just getting mad. You're just a little bit spoiled. What's wrong? Huh? You gonna tell Granddad about it? You gonna get madder and madder, aren't you?
He's mad, Granddad.
Yeah, I believe he is. Well, I guess I better shut it off and come.
When you think of Buick,
Watching you, honey. Try to sing that. Look. See what he does?
Yeah, he's wanting to stand up.
you think of fun and sporty cars like Grand Prix and the Sunfire, cars you can depend on. When you think of Don Ledford Pontiac Buick, you think of friendly, dependable service. We treat our customers like friends because we truly care. To prove that, we back each sale with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. The best in performance, price, and service. Don Ledford Pontiac Buick, Cleveland. It's the grand opening of Discount Tire on Rossville Boulevard. Discount Tire specializes in new pull-off tires. Thousands in stock to choose from, starting at only $20. Discount Tire stocks a full line of new Hoosier tires. For this grand opening, get a set of 4 225/70 R15 general pull-offs.
Bumped his head a little bit.
Discount Tire has thousands of guaranteed used tires starting as low as $15 each. After that, then you'll know why our thing is Discount Tire.
Get Big Bird.
2339 Rossville Boulevard.
Get old Big Bird, Ben. Get old Big Bird, Ben.
7:30 for What's Happening.
Live from WTBC Chattanooga. This is News Channel 9 at 5:30.
I'm sure your mama's gonna do this every night. Get old Cookie Monster.
I guess you know all that noise on TV's going on at Ben's tape.
Member or legend in the civil rights movement, Martin Luther King Jr.
One of the best names
Lower
in
the
ice cream
sound.
may be in hot water.
And he's played opposite bands like Hootie and the Blowfish. Tonight, rocker Edwin McCain
How
brings
much
his
do
music to
you
City
have?
City.
You can cut it off and turn the TV down if you've got a lot left.
I've not got a lot left.
I'm Robin Burke, sitting
And I kind of wanted
We said once before we was gonna start turning
Yeah.
it down. It seemed like you just,
to don't do it.
And countless others have studied his accomplishments.
King is the second American
well, it's
to have his
just
birthday
seemed like
observed
by the
as a
time you
national
wait till
holiday.
everything's right, then the
Good pictures are gone, yeah.
do.
That's, yeah, it won't hurt
Many
anything.
dreams in his life. He entered college at the age of 15, was ordained a minister at age 19, earned a PhD at age 26, published his first book at age 29, led the famed March on Washington at age 34, and won the Nobel Peace Prize at age 35.
If King were alive today, he would be 67. Many of you remember the day Martin Luther King died in Memphis, but few actually can recall how the shooting happened. We'll set the news in motion so you can take a look back.
The shooting took place on Mulberry Street in Memphis. King was with several others on a balcony at the Lorraine Motel. The convicted shooter, James Earl Ray, was positioned across the street in a rooming house. He was in the upstairs bathroom, looking out the far right window. Investigators say a single bullet was fired across Mulberry Street, hitting King in the jaw.
For years, people have suggested a conspiracy that several shooters were involved in the murder. However, none of those theories have ever been substantiated. Today, the site of the fatal shooting in Memphis is the National Civil Rights Museum, a memorial to King and all he stood for. Observance of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday is giving thousands of federal workers and students a chance to take the day off, but not in Ray County, Tennessee.
In that school system, it was business as usual, and some
Listen
people
to
took offense to that. Now, the reason we're told for classes
Ray County.
on the holiday can be summed up in 2 words: bad weather. Snow and bad weather conditions in the fall have cost Ray County and Dayton a number of makeup days, and the school system says it's using this day to catch up.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Some people were offended. I wonder if Calvin was offended.
He had dreams of social justice and racial harmony, but Martin Luther King Jr. may never have dreamed there would be a national holiday in his honor. But today in Ray County and Dayton, King's Day is just another day in class.
Now what
Before
about
the school year started, the school system designated all Monday holidays as makeup days in the event of lost days due to bad weather.
First day taken was Martin Luther King's birthday, and that's making up for the day that we missed for Opal.
School officials say the use of this day is of no disrespect to the slain leader, but just a matter of how things turned out in the wake of bad weather.
It's an insult, but basically, we have to go to school on this day. I mean, we made some other arrangements for this day. That's my main concern.
Ray County native Mike Wilkerson says it was poor judgment to use this day as a makeup day for bad weather. He says the day may not be important to everyone, but those to whom it is
Well, if it had been an added day at the end of the school year, that would have been wrong too, wouldn't it be? Say, hello, Cookie Monster. Hello, Cookie Monster.
And that's my main concern here.
But school officials say they did not single out MLK in a mood of disrespect. It's one of many Monday holidays on which they must conduct classes.
We'll be in school on President's Day, we'll be in school on Memorial Day, and we'll be one day to the end of the year already, which is 4 days.
Randy Golson, News Channel 9.
And while some systems make up snow days by adding a few minutes to every day, we're told that formula
Are you
doesn't
still
work for
filming?
Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Good gracious, Dad, that's 5 minutes. I could have turned the TV down in that.
Nana's twirling Ben.
Say hi, Granddad. Say
You want to talk to me?
hi, Granddad.
You want to talk to Granddad?
Say
Huh?
hi. Say hi,
Say hi.
Granddad.
Oh, that's some real good pictures there, Nana. I mean,
Say
that's pretty pictures.
Say hi, Granddad.
Yes, that's pretty pictures, Nana.
Look at Granddad, don't look at Nana. Don't you look at your Nana. Look up there, Granddad.
I can get my fingers popped. There it is. There come the notice, but it'll run a while
Here he
now.
is. Here he is.
It'll still run a while.
Oh! Oh, he dug his toe in me. Whoa, he dug his toe in me. Oh! Oh!
This is Ben's full tape this year. This
Is it?
2 hours. Yeah, that's when he's born to right now.
Didn't he make it to his birthday?
Huh? Oh no, I'm gonna start the new year with another one. I think I'll just do one per family, like Lori's and Brian's. Okay. It's hard to change with special occasions, you know.
Well, the only reason I'd say,
Well, see, we got Ben in the first 6 months, so right now, all on
well,
one
you
tape.
might need to take it at least to the first year, honey. Just Ben. But you can go ahead and start Brian and them on one. And,
You think I ought to keep Ben separate?
well, I mean, don't you think it might hurt him a little bit if later you...
He'll be in with every one of them, and
well,
we'll
I
talk
know
about
it, but he won't have just him. Just him.
Well, see, he's got Will and Christmas on this one too.
Just him. Oh, but don't you remember when when I showed her album the family album with her in it, she said, but that's not like just mine. Now listen here, if you think I'm gonna entertain you like this all night long, you've got another thing coming, boy. Yeah, you do. Whoop. 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 Lord, I tell you, what a youngin'. What a youngin', Granddad. You want me to throw you away? You want me to throw you away? Say. What?